Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you taking the time to click on the link if you have, and just wanted to visit with you for a few minutes. I miss being able to come together. I miss getting the strength that I get from being around God's people and from hearing His Word, doing you know, being in the fences on Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night, doing what I believe the good Lord wants us to do. And so, in between things that the preacher's going to try to do and we're going to put on this channel, I'm going to try to do something every now and then, and just a little something for you to listen to if you'd like, and maybe help you get through a day, And so this morning I want to talk to y'all about the fact that I think that a lot of times Christians are a lot like chickens. Uh, that's not really probably a popular thing to say, and I'm not smart enough with this phone to make the camera turn around and look, so I'm gonna have to try to see if I can let y'all see the chickens uh, without me being able to look at the screen probably. But so last night I let the chickens out there. There's the rooster right there, and there's some more chickens over here on top of this tin, and I neglected to go back and shut the chicken coop last night. So this morning when we got up, I heard the rooster. It sounded like it was outside the garage, and you know what? Sure enough, it was. I had left the chickens out, and it looked like most of them probably survived the night, but chickens being chickens, they're not going to go back in the hen house till this evening when the sun starts getting low. So, these chickens are pretty much at the mercy of whatever might befall them during the day, because I'm fixing to have to leave and go to work, and Tim's in the house, and so they're gonna have to make it on their own. And just a while ago, I heard a hawk screeching, so there's a chance I'm gonna lose a chicken before the day's out. This is their home over here behind me. This is their hen house. It's got wire all over it. It's completely enclosed. It even has wire that goes out on the ground 2 foot away from the walls where they come down. That's to keep something from being able to dig in and get into them. And you know what? To this day, I have never lost a chicken that was inside this chicken yard. And they can stay in here indefinitely. They got water hanging right there, and on the inside back there, that back room, they've got food hanging down. I supply everything that they need, and all I ask them to do is lay an egg every now and then. And I'll open the door and let them get out and make decisions on their own and do the right thing. But sometimes I forget to close the door, and they go out, and chickens aren't known for making real good decisions. And one thing about it, everything in the world loves to eat chicken. So, the good Lord tends to us like I tend to these chickens. He provides us everything we need when we're inside of His will. He gives us spiritual food for our soul. He said, "I am the bread. He that eats from me won't ever hunger again, and I'm the living water. Whoever drinks of me won't ever thirst." And so I provide a never-ending supply of water and feed for the chickens, and they lay eggs for me, and I eat the eggs. And you know what the Lord wants us to do is He supplies us living bread and living water, and He wants us to bear fruit. In that we share the gospel with those around us, and we try to win people to Him, and that's all that He asks for us. And you know what? He leaves the door open for us to come and go. I've said before that, the four corners of the pen that He keeps us in were His two hands and His feet on the cross, and the door is the opening in His side that soldier made with that spear. And we have free will. He lets us make decisions. We're just a little bit different than the angels in that we can decide what we want to do. And, when we make good decisions, if these chickens will stay in the woods today, here around the pen, they'll be fine. But if they get out in that front yard and get to moving around, that hawk's going to see them. We've got a couple of hoot owls that hang around here. Neighbors' dogs, come through. If they stay in these woods, if they stay, in relative safety, then they're going to be fine. But if they get out in the open, one of them's probably going to get eat. And we're the same way. If we stay inside of God's will, we're fine. That's not to say that troubles aren't going to come, but His grace is sufficient to get us through those troubles. But if we get outside of God's will, if we get out and we run ourselves out on that limb, then we're going to wind up getting in trouble. And the Lord said He wouldn't put us in a temptation that He wouldn't provide us a way out. And He does do that, but it's incumbent on us to look for that way out. Now, if we go into that temptation and we like being there and we're not hunting a way to get out of it, then, that's on us. But He's going to give us a way to get out of that temptation. Being able to come together with y'all helps me be strong when I get into those temptations, and to even recognize temptations before I get to them and avoid them. And so until we can meet again, let's commit to ourselves to try to find God's word where we can. If that's finding a podcast on the radio of somebody that's talking about God's word that has beliefs that agree with ours, coming to this YouTube channel and seeing what we're putting on there, texting each other, calling each other on the phone, checking on one another and offering support. All of those things that we can do will help us to avoid those temptations. Well, that's the sheriff's office calling, so I'm fixing to have to go to work. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Bye-bye.